Today, we'll be talking about Arkansas, another state that, people don't really like too much. What is the political future of Arkansas? Will it become a safe Republican state, or will it defy the end odds and become a blue state? So, the state of Arkansas is a very strange state. It is basically, like the rest of the South, Arkansas is one of the more hated states in the South. It's another state with a very bad reputation, like Alabama. Unlike states like South Carolina and Tennessee, who have fixed the and Georgia, Tennessee, Georgia, and South Carolina, who have fixed the reputations, basically, and of course North Carolina, can't forget about them. Arkansas, nobody cares about Arkansas. Arkansas is a state that people just don't want to live in. Arkansas is one of the least moved to states in the country. Unlike Arizona, which again, Arizona's Democrat will probably become a swing state, as it's basically become like the new Florida. And a lot of people, and Arizona is one of the most moved to states in the country. But Arkansas is a state that people just don't like. But what is the political future of Arkansas? Well, this is one of the most boring videos I've ever put out, maybe besides Vermont. But Arkansas Trend Map 2020. Okay. This was the Arkansas trend map for the 2020 election. Okay, what was it? So, Arkansas is a state in 2020 and one of the worst national environments for Republicans since 1932. It actually trended right of the country. Okay, it actually trended right of the country. So, Arkansas is a state that's trended right of the nation. So, it's a state that is trending rightward of the nation. And you can even see this in this map. This is the extremely detailed map of the 2020 election. And we could go on to Arkansas. Okay, this is Arkansas here. Arkansas got more red. Okay, this is Arkansas. Arkansas, like of Oklahoma, Tennessee, and South Texas, Arkansas got more red. Utah did, but that was mostly because of women leaving for a party. But Arkansas got more red. Okay, and this state has gotten more red for the past 7 elections. Okay, Mississippi got more red as well. Mississippi got more red and more blue. It didn't really change at all. Same thing of Tennessee. Tennessee got more red in the rows. And Georgia got more red outside, of course, the Atlanta area. And Florida, of course, got more red. But Arkansas is one of those states where it just got more red regardless. And outside of Little Rock, which again, Little Rock is a city that is not really liked all too much, but outside of Little Rock, also Arkansas votes red. Outside of Little Rock, most of Arkansas votes red. And you can see this here. Some of these counties are plus 80% Trump. They're not Democrats counties whatsoever. And Arkansas's political future is I don't think Arkansas is going to change probably even in the next 40 years. It's going to take a lot for Democrats to win Arkansas. And they're not winning back the state probably like Alabama. Alabama and Arkansas are probably not going to be won by Democrats probably for a while. The last time the Democrats won it was when the Democrats won more conservative candidates in the South. For example, Dixie Democrats, basically. Dixiecrats. Which again, they do still exist, for example, in the governor of Louisiana. But the more woke Democrats don't really win in a lot of these southern states. They do win mostly in the big cities. And that's it. So that's basically about Arkansas. there isn't really much to analyze for Arkansas. Arkansas's demographics are very similar to many other southern states. So the Democrat, and again, most of Arkansas is mostly rural and mostly votes Republican. So Arkansas, there's not really much to talk about in Arkansas compared to even Alabama. Not many people really visit or live in Alabama, want to move to Alabama, but Arkansas is basically in the same status and moved to states like Alabama. It's not as bad as Mississippi and Louisiana, which will get to the clusterfuck that is Mississippi in the future. So that's basically about Arkansas. Again, I think besides Vermont, there isn't really anything necessary to explain about Arkansas. Basically, I think besides Massachusetts and Vermont, Hawaii, and probably, Wyoming, they're probably going to be one of the shortest videos. So that's basically about Arkansas. Goodbye.